What's up, YouTube? Oh, yeah. Seems like ever since freaking, I'm going to say ever since 9/11, I've been seeing things progressively get worse. But seems like ever since 2015, it like hitting nitrous button. Isn't that weird how all that stuff going on with Erica Kirk? Finding out that she's been around CIA, that she's been training high up CIA operatives at 23. So that means she's in with the bad people. Her Hungarian angel thing that she ran, the fact that they pretty much stalked Charlie his whole life. Nobody ever paid attention to that. I did. She said nothing happens by coincidence. Yeah, you weren't there for a coincidence. You were there because your mother was doing intel and you were seeing who your target was. They were training her to be a honeypot, and that's exactly what she was. I still think it was Twigs that actually took the shot that hit Charlie. And I think Tyler was up there on the roof drawing attention. That's what I think. Because Twigs was the marksman. And you hear those text messages back and forth. I think if they do, if that is actually their conversation back and forth, which I'm really, it's hard to believe that that was their conversation back and forth. But let's say it was, just for shoots and giggles. Let's say it was. I don't believe they have the Tyler and the Twigs right. I think they either switched phones or somebody switched the names. I think it's Twigs talking to Tyler and Tyler saying, "Really?" Because the keyboard thing and all that, that sounds like something Twigs would do. Hiding the note under the keyboard because Twigs was the one that was the, computer person. And it was at his house where it was found. Oh, excuse me. So I'm thinking that Twigs was also part of the CIA, kind of like what they tried to do with Crooks, Thomas. But I also think because they got made up fun of so bad because of how terrible everything was with that, that they tried to do it better with this one. I really think the same people that tried to orchestrate that in Butler were the same people that orchestrated this. And also, um, Israel knew somehow that Charlie was worth $8 billion dead the way he died. How they knew that? Who's doing this research? Why? I don't know. But they knew it. He was worth about 250 million alive. So, not only that, as soon as Charlie died and Erica took over everything, she accepted that deal. The one that he said he didn't want to accept because it was changing who he was, and that they wanted him to carry their message and not his. And that was the same guy that said he could hitch his wagons to Charlie. Then they tried to say that Charlie never told them. Erica said this, that Charlie never said he was in fear for his life. And yes, he did. He said it on his podcast. He said it to his supposed friend. I still don't know if that guy's a friend or not. He seems weird as shit. The one with the white shirt that says freedom on it and the glasses. The one they interviewed and he acted all weird. So yeah, we definitely know that CIA, Hamas, and all them are behind it. I mean, if they really weren't, why would they get so upset and testy just by saying they were? I mean, wouldn't they be able to prove that they weren't? And just like this French dude that likes to dress up as a chick and is trying to go after Candace Owens. Do you all realize there has been two reporters that they have already killed for letting this out? And the picture side by side to that woman, I, I believe her name's Bridget, or its name is Bridget because it's not a she. Is that dude? Because when you put those pictures side by side, it looks just like him. And Candace has pointed out a lot of facts. If you were married for 30 years, where are all your wedding photos? You know, where's your guest list? Where's anything like that? And they haven't produced any of it. But supposedly, she, this thing was married as a woman for 30 years. But they can't find any of that or produce it. Yeah. That would be a very easy and quick thing to do. Bam. Now, see, these reporters are also uh, putting stuff out about the Rothschilds and all that. And the person that they believe took them out is affiliated with the Rothschilds, which is also Jewish family, but it's Cain's bloodline. It's not Abel's bloodline. Okay. Everybody's got to have that very clear. There was a bad bloodline of Jews because of Eve making Cain with the devil. She also made Abel with Adam. That is why there are two different bloodlines in the Jewish bloodline. One is Cain's, one is Abel's. Cain's is evil. Abel's is not. That's the whole reason for what God says in Genesis when they get kicked out of the garden. I will put enmity between thy seed. I will bruise the head and thy heel. There's a lot of kids that come out with a bruise on their head and their heel. My son Kyle was born with it. Guess what happened? Enmity between the seed. Showed me something wasn't right. You know what my ex told me? She believed it was her stepdad's, not mine. After I've been paying child support, I've been there to cut the umbilical cord. Uh, I was the one that visited him in the hospital when nobody else did. I was there every day until they said he could be released, and he was released on my birthday. He wasn't supposed to be released until February 25th. That was his original birthday, but the reason why that was his original birthday is because she lied about when she conceived. The reason she lied about when she conceived is because she tried to take weight loss pills to get rid of him. What is really weird is that we were not sexually active when we were dating. She got, my brother ended up getting her drunk. I know that sounds weird, but we stopped at my mom's to help her see her and help her out with a few things. And she was down in the basement. My brother went down there with a friend. When I came in, she was drunk and passed out on a couch. Yes, of course, her dad thought I did it. I did not. I don't even drink. But anyway, Her dad thought she had alcohol poisoning. He took her to a hospital to get her stomach pumped. In the middle of that, she starts freaking out, saying that her stepdad and his sons do things to her and all this. Come to find out, her mother was allowing it and she was wanting it. She was doing it too. I did not expect that. So, when he was first born, I did pay 140 a week child support, but they were very ignorant about it and they tried to play games with the receipts that I was trying to keep. She always tried to keep both of them instead of one for her, one for me. Right. I'm like, no. Anyway, her rules were I had 5 minutes with him, and if I didn't leave in 5 minutes, that they would call the cops. And of course, I know what people think when they hear that. Well, what was so wrong with you? I don't know. I never caused a problem. I never argued or fought. I was always very nice to her family, even though they hated me. I don't know why. I think it was because her real dad, and my mom were friends, and that was his ex-wife. And I'm Jerry's woman's friend's son. No, they never dated. My mom was married and seeing somebody, but they were friends. And I think that woman thought something else. I'm not sure of that, but that's what I think it is. Because I never did anything wrong. I always worked. I always, was very nice to Bethany, even though she was doing crazy shit. And yes, she did beg me for that kid for 3 months. She begged me to be sexual active with her and have a family. And I will recite the words I told her the day she was in my lap, crying on my chest, asking me to give her a family and to get married. And I told her, I said, I'm 17. I do have a good business running. I said, I'm a little young. I wasn't thinking about a family right now. I said, but it is something I do feel I want, and I know I'm man enough to do it, but it's going to take both of us. And she agreed, and we decided to. Yep, put the cart before the horse. I should have got married first, but that's what she was pushing for, because that's what she wanted. But she didn't flat out say it like that. But anyway, that was her manipulative way to get me into being sexual. And yes, she tried to hide the fact that she was pregnant from me, and I told her that I believed she was, and that she needed to take a test. In the midst of that, as in the time frame that she took the test, a few days after, I found out that she was taking weight loss pills because her mother said that she was fat. Um, you're 16, I'm 17. You are growing. Not only that, you might be pregnant. You know that pregnancy test doesn't lie. It said you were pregnant. Why would you then decide to go to your mother's and start taking a weight loss pill that could kill you and that child? Started with a D and came in a red box. I forget the full name of it, but I told her that she needed to give me one of those pills so I could go get it tested and make sure it's okay for a 16-year-old to be taking, let alone a pregnant 16-year-old to be taking. And she got mad at me. I said, look, if you're pregnant, you're not hurting that child or yourself. This is what you asked for. This is what we were doing. What is going on? she got mad. Her sister Savannah was right there. I told her, I said, well, if you're not going to give me one, then I got to tell your dad that you're taking weight loss pills and that you might be pregnant. And she said, you do that and we're done. I said, okay. So I went down and told him. And then I packed my stuff and I left. And that's when we broke up. I got to see Kyle in the hospital in the incubator. I cut his umbilical cord. I got his footprints on my arm. She even asked me what I would like to name him. And we came up with some stuff. We came up with Kyle David James, which was her mom's maiden name. Then she ended up changing it. But yeah, the nurses kicked her mom out of the room because her mom was being so rude and ignorant. Yep, they took her main support bracelet off her mom's wrist and put it on mine. My son was born full length, fully developed, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. So there's no way he was 2 months premature. No way. She lied to try and cover up the pregnancy pills or the weight loss pills. Which, yeah, taking weight loss pills can make you premature. It can also kill you and that child. So, and her dad thanked me because her dad was the one that took her to the pharmacy and got it tested. And he asked me if I wanted to go. And I said, yep. And I went, and that pharmacist looked at her and said, absolutely not. Whether you are pregnant or not, this will kill you. She got mad, stormed to her mom's because her mom's house is pretty much right behind the pharmacy. And her dad shook my hand and told me thank you. I said, well, ain't really much more I can do. Hopefully, she doesn't mess with anything else. That was not the case. She wanted me to quit smoking because I smoke cigarettes. And she didn't like me every once in a while smoking a little bit of weed. And I told her, okay, I won't do that. Well, we end up breaking up. She ends up smoking cigarettes, drinking, doing heroin. Uh, she married a dude named Nathan, and he started being rude to her and ignorant to her, supposedly, from what she said. I went to the gas station in town to fill up. I was headed to work, and she was sitting on a bench next to a town cop underage asking people to buy her alcohol. And this cop ain't doing nothing. He's just sitting there. He knows these girls are underage, asking people to buy them alcohol. Town cop. This is not why I said what I said to her. She knows better. I don't even know why the hell she asked that. But she asked me if I was still with Tiffany. I said, yeah, we're doing all right. She said, that's good. Nathan called me fat and threw me out. I said, okay, what happened? She wouldn't tell me that part. Then she wanted me to go down there and beat up Nathan for her for calling her fat and was trying to get me to go out with her. I'm like, no. She's like, well, will you at least buy me some alcohol since you don't take care of your son? I said, first of all, I take care of Kyle. I buy him what you need. I don't sit there and splurge and give you all kinds of money and all kinds of things because you won't use them correctly. I said, you also said that it was John's son, not mine. After I had done paid money, brought you milk, diapers, wipes, other things that you say you need, brought you Christmas, brought him Christmas, brought him birthdays, presents, brought him Easter, and what did they do? They threw everything away. So I had to start giving stuff to her dad to take to him. That's how he got the Lightning McQueen backpack at Easter. That's how he got the car with all the tools where he could take the car apart. And they threw that away. I ended up riding past down that street and it was in the fucking trash can. So I took it out, put it together, and put it on the front porch. They didn't have a fence for this kid. He was running all around town. CPS already picked him up. Right. But her mom didn't want me to be a dad, all because she knew better. You don't even know how to be a mother. What the fuck are you talking about? Go back to Arkansas. Bethany's grandmother loved me to death. She did. She told me all the time, Bethany's stupid. One day we were at her grandmother's. Kyle was a newborn, and you know, Kyle needed changed, so I was changing him. Cleaned him all up, put a new diaper on him. I picked him up, fed him for a little bit, and you know how you do the burping at 2 ounces and at 4 ounces. That way they don't get too gassy. Well, that's what I was doing. I fed him two, and then I was, burping him. But I had him on my shoulder with his feet up, patting him on his butt. And she's like, "That's not how you do it." I said, "It works. Trust me, and it does work." And uh, she got mad and snatched him from me. And I said, "Hey, hey, hey, hey!" And she's like, "You don't know what you're doing," and ran out to her dad and hands Kyle to her dad. Her dad proceeds to lay him on his lap and pat his butt just like I did. As soon as he did, he burped. Bethany's like, "Why are you guys doing it like that? That's not how you do it." And her grandmother come out there and started yelling at her and said, "Yes, you can do it that way, and sometimes it works better." And it does. And it worked just fine. I mean, I've taken care of babies shit since I was a teenager. My cousin has had fucking her little girl here, Kayla. I helped mom take care of her. Shoot, Brian, Angela, um, my cousin Tamika, when she had her twins, I would help watch them. They loved me. I was great, so I knew exactly what I was doing. Not only that, uh, when I found out that Bethany was pregnant, I read every book I could read about pregnancy and all that, so I would know. Like the what to expect when expecting. Yeah, I read all those. Yeah, people will look at me weird. I don't care. That way, if something went down and everybody's freaked out because they don't know what's going on, maybe I would have an idea of what's going on. I knew about Braxton Hicks. I knew about the toxemia. I knew a lot, and she was mad at me because I was prepared, which I don't get it. It's like they want you to be stupid. And then when she found out I was there every day after work with Kyle at the hospital, she got mad. Well, what do you expect? He's 3 ounces. You're not here. He needs somebody here. I was there. I brought him his first Christmas in the hospital. I got in trouble. Well, they said I could bring as many gifts as I wanted, and I brought him two big 55-gallon trash bags filled with. You wouldn't believe all the stuff I brought to that boy. But yeah, I was kept away because she kept messing with my best friend, her stepdad, her brothers, and my brother's best friend. That's why she treated me the way she did, because she didn't want me to find that out. I hope you know, Bethany, that's the reason Jake took his life, is because of all that shit you pulled. He didn't know who to believe. And after his accident, he really had a hard time with, remembering what people did and what they said. I can't believe you did that. I've known that boy since elementary school. And yeah, that was 100% your fault. The day before he did it, he called me up there to talk to me about you. And he asked me straight to my face, man to man, "Did you know we were dating?" No. And you know damn well I didn't know you two were fucking dating. You said you had broken up with him. Then I find out her version of breaking up with him was just ghosting him. She didn't talk to him for 2 weeks and then just kept it going. That's not letting somebody know that they're broke up with. And I didn't even know anything about that it was that serious between those two or anything. To me, they were together for 2 weeks, it didn't work out, and they broke up. That's what I was under the impression of. And Jake, I know you're not here, buddy, but she came to me. I did not know. She would have got turned away quicker than you can believe, buddy. That might be my brother, but that is not me. And yeah, she would have never spoke to me again after that. I would have never talked to her again, and Kyle would have never come about. Nope. I was at the Rising Sun Bank in town with my brother, which I don't like being with my brother, but I wanted to go four wheeling. So we went out in the Jeep. Of course, I'm paying for the gas and everything else. It's just how my brother works. He's a dick. Anyway, she comes running across the parking lot and gives me a hug. I'm like, oh, hey. And she's like, what are you doing? Which she already knew what we were doing because she had already been in that Jeep with my brother. And I didn't know that at that time. I should have known it, but it just didn't cross my mind. So I told her what we were doing. She's like, oh, can I go? I said, I don't care. If you want to go, you can go. And she's like, okay. So she gets in the back, and Willie tosses me the keys and says, you can drive. I said, really? You're going to let me drive? He said, yeah, you're better at it anyway. I said, yeah. Yeah, he did that so he could flirt with her in the back seat. Why? I'm not looking. Which I wasn't with her, but she was my girlfriend before that. And he had done that before when we were dating. I don't know what his problem was. Every girl I ever dated, he went behind my back and tried to sleep with them. Everyone. I don't know. Oh, you're brothers, man. You should be mad at him. Fuck you. Just because you all might be brothers like that, fucking F boys, doesn't mean me and my brother are like that. I don't give a shit what any of you say. No. And if you are brothers and you're like that, both of you should be slapped. You're the ones out there giving us men a bad fucking name. Stop it. But yeah, I know I probably said that story before, but there's other people that probably haven't heard it. Yeah, this is the shit I've been through, man. I wasn't raised on money. I started from zero. Nobody bought me my cars. Nobody bought me anything. I did all that. Now, my parents have helped me out in tight spots, but nothing major. A little bit of gas money here or there, things like that. But it's not like it just anything I would get for something like that. When I was younger, I paid it back. I didn't keep it. It wasn't like, oh, they're my parents, so no, it got paid back. Anytime I've ever stayed at my parents, I've paid rent. I work on things. I fix up the house. I do whatever they need to be done. Oh yeah, we've taken a hit, so everything else is taking a hit too. She knew it. That was her plan. I'm talking about Tiffany. Yeah, she got mad because I called off the wedding. She was pissed about that, but you're sitting here acting like you didn't cause it. Yeah, you did. I wasn't calling that wedding off for nobody. Everybody was trying to wreck us. And I told her nobody can, only me and you can. And she did it. That's why to me, and it's not just the ones I've dated, it's also me watching other women and what they did when I was younger growing up. And I was around a lot of fucking women. And let me tell you something. Holy shit. The stuff that they would talk about and do, whew, every one of them talked like a gold digger. Just about. That's all they ever talked about. Find a man with money. I don't care if he's married or not. He's gonna be mine. It's ridiculous, really. I don't know. Maybe there is something wrong with me because I don't act like that. I don't know. I always thought I was staying away from dumb shit, but apparently everybody gets mad at you or thinks you're a liar or something's wrong with you if you don't act like that. Not a fuck boy. So no, I despise those pieces of shit, even though everybody else calls them alpha male. No, they're not. You got a really bad fucking outlook on what an alpha male is. To me, an alpha male would be a gentleman or what we know as a real man. But apparently, no, that's not what it is. It's some fucking knuckle dragging Neanderthal that freaking goes around trying to mess with any woman it can get. Which I know from the outside looking in my situation, it might look like that. I never thought about that until now. But I assure you, it wasn't like that. It was the other way around. I just fell for the dumb shit. Yeah, nobody ever taught me that shit. Nope. I always taught that women are more trustworthy. Women are this, women are that. And growing up, all I seen, I didn't like the way the men acted. So I leaned more towards having women as my friends. And then I found out that the reason why they were so friendly is because they were manipulating. We call it love bombing now, or, being nice with sinister plans behind your back. And that's what they were doing. Yeah, I couldn't believe the shit that I really couldn't. I really look like a crackhead. I can't believe people keep saying that to me. Yeah, when the kids passed, I didn't eat. So I did lose some weight, but I didn't think I looked like a crackhead. But I guess anybody that's small frame now, everybody thinks they're a fucking crackhead. Well, sorry to burst your little bubble, but I've never touched that shit. That's because you were scared. No, I wasn't. I knew what it did. And I said, nope, not for me. Man, I can't wait until he returns. I'm done with this place. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about sick of it. Oh, I tried to get people to do it. They wouldn't do it. They'd run their mouth like they would, but they wouldn't do Apparently, somebody that looks like me can hold their own. They're psycho. No, that's why you shouldn't fuck with people. Somebody's bullying me or somebody else. Hell yeah, I'm gonna fuck with them because I know you ain't beating me. You might think you are, but you ain't. The only way you can beat me is by playing fucking hearsay games, apparently. And I still ain't beat. It's just dumbass people have this opinion, which, okay. Don't worry, modern day women and gold diggers, all you all lying witches, doing all this witchcraft bullshit. This is exactly what the good book says about sorcery. And that's exactly what you're doing. Yeah, I'll get in trouble by him if I don't tell you. I'll get in trouble by you too for not telling you. Especially once you start to feel those flames. You're going to be mad as hell at the people that supposedly didn't tell you. Shit, I'm being called the devil. I'm being called all kinds of things. What? Does everybody realize the kids were happy and safe with dad? They were never in danger. They never even said they felt scared or in danger with dad. They literally always said they felt safe. The only one they were ever scared of was Nana and Mama and their older brother David when he got back because he kept trying to attack them. Where'd you get that at, Tiffany? Oh, that's right. Going off the same lie that my sister tried to feed, even though we already know she is the one that attacks people. She's attacked my brother, she's attacked my mother, she's attacked me, she's attacked my stepdad, she's attacked you. She tried to attack Kirsten. That didn't happen because I was there. Then she gets drunk after she divorces her stepping stone and tries to start a fight with me on Nolan's birthday. Imagine that. More attacking. So you let David do that just so you could say that that's his dad, even though that's not his dad. I've never formed a situation out of thin air just to get mad and attack somebody. Never. That is you. That is Jeanette. And now you have turned David into that. And yeah, I have proof of it, and you know I do. That's why you were so sweet on those visits towards me, weren't you? Because you didn't want me telling them the truth. And I'm talking about the truth about what I seen her doing. That they would have pieced stuff together. Oh, Union Hospital, that was a complete lie. He wasn't going up there because the school made you do that. You were doing that because you were going to try and pin stuff on me and get me in trouble. Because that's what you put in your report from Union Hospital. I burnt him with cigarettes and hit him in his stomach, did I? So how come the hospital said that was a lie? Then you used it to deflect the cops away from the situation with the kids. Yeah, pretty funny how you turn this into a situation where I need to be watched when you're the one being questioned about the death of your children. But yeah, that's not diverting. Yeah, that's not suspicious. It's also not suspicious that you didn't want the cops talking to your mom or David until I made you. And you know what you were doing. You were getting your story straight. This is why you always wanted me over there to take care of David when your mom and you and David were there. Why? That's three people that can say anything, and I'm only one. So no matter what went down, you guys get to control the reality. And you know damn well that's what you were doing. Who put David through your wall? You. Who let David walk down the road without shirt, shoes, and all that because he was tired of you beating him? You. How come the cops never did an incident report? Because you manipulated them. How come you tried to totally ignore the fact that David got home and locked Talon out of the house and almost got him shot by playing Russian roulette with one of David's friends? You really think that was a coincidence? David has an IQ that dwarfs yours. He can run circles around you, and you would never know what he's doing. You're too fucking lazy. Oh, that's right. You wanted something to happen to get attention and money. Isn't that right? Yeah, it is. You spread so many rumors about me to key people. That's why you were with McMahon and Alicia. You knew that they knew people that could pull strings for you. So your ex boyfriend's wife, then you date his friend behind my back. Yeah, you remember that? Begging and pleading for me to take you back, for us to work on things. No matter what, you were going to work on things even though I told you you could stay here until you get a place and then you need to go. Oh, but then when I find out about it, it's, well, we weren't together. See all these little mental things you try and play? I told you to leave. You wanted to stay. You wanted to supposedly work on things. If you wanted to work on things, why the fuck are you trying to sleep with your fucking best friend's husband? A person that we have been at their house multiple times. Guess what? All those puzzle pieces started clicking, didn't they? That's why you would go on walks. That's why kids were put on me, why everybody supposedly went on walks. Yeah, Levi told on you. What? Did he think I was that stupid I wasn't going to put it together? Or how about the day you went there in a low cut fucking dress and bent over right in front of Levi with your boobs in his face, trying to tell me, oh, I was just saying hi. Really? You've never said hi like that before. Like I said, body language. And y'all can say what you want. You weren't there to see. If you were there to see and it was your girl, you would have done the same fucking thing. Or if I was sitting there putting my face that close to another girl's boobs, staring at them, why? Oh, yeah, I'm talking to her face. Yeah, right. Dude, he was so close, he could have freaking motorboat. Yeah, that's how close he was. And the way she was positioned was like she was making sure to push it in his face. Had the back arched and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, Nikki. Miss, stay with her, she needs you. Yeah? Where were you on that when you were lying in court for her saying that we got into a fight? Uh huh. Shut the fuck up.